Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is way past midnight, my coffee is completely wearing off, but my adrenaline is absolutely spiking after watching the latest GH preview. We need to talk. We are standing on the precipice of an absolute cinematic earthquake in Port Charles, watching the ground literally crack beneath these characters as they are forced to make impossible, life-altering choices with no safe way out. First of all, we have to talk about Carly. I love Carly, I really do. But she is driving me absolutely insane right now. She invites Michael and Jocelyn over to her house, acting like it is just a casual family get-together, but we all know Carly does not do anything casually. She always has a motive. She looks at Michael and says, speaking of surprises, Jocelyn has some big news. She's totally trying to set Jocelyn up. Carly is terrified of Jocelyn being in the WSB, and I get it. I really do. She lost Morgan. The trauma of losing a child to violence is something Carly will never, ever get over. But her manipulation tactics are so toxic. She genuinely thought she could use Michael as her personal attack dog to talk Jocelyn out of her career. And you know what the best part is? It totally backfires. I was cheering at my screen. Michael actually supports Jocelyn. He looks at his sister, hears this massive, disturbing shocker about her being a federal agent, and instead of doing Carly's bidding, he actually supports Jocelyn's right to decide her own future. I could not believe it. Remember when they tried this kind of family intervention nonsense with Michael back when he was getting involved in the mob? Yeah, it didn't work then either. Carly needs to realize that her children are adults. Jocelyn survived Spoon Island. She survived Ross Cullum. She is not a little girl playing dress-up. She is a lethal operative now, and Carly trying to manipulate Michael into shutting it down is just sad. I am so here for Michael standing up to his mother and supporting his sister. It is about time someone in that family respected boundaries. But wait, I am getting ahead of myself, because the Carly drama is nothing compared to the absolute train wreck that is Brook Lynn Quartermain. Am I the only one who is actively screaming at their television whenever she is on screen playing house with Chase? I am sorry, but the hypocrisy is making me physically ill. Wednesday is supposed to be adoption day for them, and baby Phoebe, Alexis Davis, shows up at the Quartermain mansion with the final stipulations, and she looks so grim. She looks at them and says, "So, the only decision you have to make is whether or not it is you." Brook Lynn and Chase look so stressed, and they should be. They are hitting a massive roadblock, and honestly, I hope the whole thing crumbles. I know some people are loving this sweet family storyline, but personally, I cannot stand it. Brook Lynn is building this entire adoption, this entire marriage, on a foundation of toxic, criminal lies. She was the driver who ran Jordan and Curtis off Route 91. She left them there to die. And instead of owning up to it, she used Brick to Dr. Willow's GPS and frame her for the hit and run. How can she stand there, holding Chase's hand, pretending to be this pure, loving mother figure for Phoebe, when she is literally a felon, framing an innocent woman? Well, Willow isn't exactly innocent, but you know what I mean. Chase is a cop. He is a detective who prides himself on the truth. When he finds out that his wife not only committed a hit and run, but actively framed his ex-girlfriend to cover her tracks, their marriage is going to explode into a million pieces. And I am dreading it, but I am also kind of here for it, because Brook Lynn needs to face the You cannot do something that evil and just walk away to play happy family. Alexis standing there, telling them they have to decide if this is really them, feels like the universe giving Brook Lynn one last chance to come clean before the karma train runs her over. Okay, back to the point. We need to talk about Willow Kane. Or should I say, the newly minted mafia-adjacent mastermind of Port Charles. I am losing my mind over this woman. In the preview, Willow is sitting there with Nina Reeves and Liesl Obrecht, and she casually suggests that it would be in the best interest of the PCPD to reopen the investigation into Jordan Ashford's crash. The audacity. The sheer, unadulterated audacity of this. I know she's being framed by Brook Lynn for the crash. I know she didn't actually do it. But Willow is sitting there playing the innocent victim who just wants to clear her name, while she literally spent months drugging Drew Kane with a paralytic and keeping him locked inside his own body. She is a monster. She is worse than Brook Lynn. And now she has Jack Brennan's blackmail evidence on Drew, so she feels completely invincible. She thinks she has silenced Drew forever, so now she can pivot her attention to clearing her name in the hit and run case. I am so frustrated with how the writers are handling. I used to love her when she was the sweet school teacher, But now she is this cold, calculating villain who thinks she can outsmart everyone. Nina and Liesel look absolutely shocked when Willow suggests reopening the case. Even they know it is a terrible idea to invite the police to look closer at your life when you have as many skeletons in your closet as Willow does. If the PCPD starts digging into Willow's whereabouts, what else are they going to find? Are they going to find out about her illegal dealings with Jen Sidwell? Are they going to find out she was hoarding paralytics? Willow is playing with fire, and she is going to burn the whole house down. And Michael knows it. Michael is watching all of this unfold, and he is terrified for his family's future. He knows Willow is unhinged. He knows Drew is out there, fully mobile, plotting his revenge. Michael is playing a massive long game right now. He is trying to secure full custody of Wiley and Amelia because he knows Willow is entirely unfit to be a mother at the time. When Michael hears that Willow wants to reopen a police investigation, he is going to flip. He is already stressed about Jocelyn's WSB drama, he is stressed about the corporate war of deception, and now his ex-wife is basically begging the cops to look into her life. Michael is trying to protect his kids, and honestly, for the first time in a long time, I am fully on Michael's side. He needs to get those kids away from Willow before her house of cards collapses. Let me just go off on a quick tangent here because I cannot stop thinking about Drew. Drew is out there right now, having taken Willow's deal, but we all know he is not going to stay. He is a ticking time bomb. Willow thinks she has him handled because of Brennan's evidence, but Drew is a former Navy SEAL. He is not going to let his ex-wife paralyze him for months and just walk away with a smile. The collision course between Drew, Willow, and Michael is going to be the storyline of the year, and I am counting down the days until Willow's smug face realizes she has lost everything. Okay, deep breath. Let us pivot to Trina Robinson, because my girl cannot catch a break, and I am so fiercely protective of her. Trina is finally getting her life back on track. She has this incredible music showcase with Gio Palmieri. She is dealing with all her family drama, and now she gets hit with this sleazy offer from Simon. Simon is a music producer, and he wants to market Trina and Gio as a romantic couple to sell records. A fake showman. I hate this so much. Trina is an artist. She is talented. She does not need to fake a relationship to be successful. It gives me major Link Brown vibes, and we all know how that ended for Brook Lynn. Trina is sitting there with Ava Jerome, looking so stressed, telling Ava that she feels like she needs to back out of the whole arrangement. And honestly, I don't blame her. Trina has been through so much trauma. She dealt with Esme Prince. She dealt with Spencer's death. She is dealing with her parents' constant warring. She just wants to make music. But Ava Jerome, in classic Ava fashion, dishes out some incredibly pragmatic advice. Ava tells Trina not to let the sleazy producer scare her away from a great opportunity. Ava is basically telling her to secure the bag, play the game, and use Simon just like he is trying to use her. I love the dynamic between Ava. Ava is like this dark, twisted mentor who knows exactly how the real world works. I know Ava has done terrible things, but her love for Trina is genuine. I hope Trina listens to Ava, takes the deal, but sets firm boundaries so she doesn't get exploited. Trina deserves the world, and if she has to fake a few smiles with Gio to get her album produced, maybe it's worth it. But I swear, if Simon tries anything inappropriate, I will personally riot. Finally, we have to talk about Curtis Ashford. Curtis. Why are the men on this show so incredibly stubborn? Curtis is facing his criminal trial this week for assaulting Isaiah Gannon. He was offered a 2-year plea deal, which means he could have been out on parole in 8 months. 8 months. But no, Curtis has to be the macho alpha male and reject the plea deal because he doesn't want Isaiah to win. He doesn't want Isaiah taking his spot in Portia's life. So now, Curtis is risking a massive, lengthy prison sentence by taking this to trial. Portia is desperately trying to promote peace. She is trying to get Curtis and Isaiah to just exist in the same orbit without killing each other, but Curtis is approaching everything with this heavy dose of skepticism. He does not trust Isaiah, and honestly, Isaiah wants to nail Curtis to the wall. Isaiah is furious about his ruined hand and his derailed surgical. When Isaiah takes that witness stand, it is going to be a bloodbath. I am so frustrated with Curtis because he is risking his relationship with his newborn son, Desmond. He missed Trina's entire childhood because of Portia's lies, and now he is actively choosing to risk missing Desmond's first years just out of pure pride. Martin Gray is a great lawyer, and I know Martin plans to provoke Isaiah on the stand to prove undue provocation, but it is such a massive gamble. The jury could easily look at Curtis, see a former cop who lost his temper and destroyed a doctor's hand, and throw the book at him. I am terrified for Curtis, but I am also angry at him for putting his family through this. Trina is already pulling away from them because the drama is too toxic, and Curtis going to trial is only going to make it worse. This entire week is just stacked with people making the absolute worst decisions possible. Carly trying to control Jocelyn. Brook Lynn building a family on a felony. Willow poking the police bear while hiding a hostage situation. Curtis risking a decade in prison out of pride. It is a masterclass in self-destruction, and I am glued to my screen. I don't know how any of them are going to survive the fallout when these secrets finally break wide open, but you better believe I will be here with my popcorn watching it all burn down. Will these explosive secrets finally destroy Port Charles forever? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.